These are my notes, considering I have a lot to say. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute, as it has been nowadays over here. I still don't have my own camera. Clark has kindly lent me his for this video. Also, I have tested positive for COVID. Life has just been great over here in the Casey household. All 4 of my family members have tested positive, actually. And the scary part is we're all vaccinated and masks are mandated in Philadelphia, so we've been wearing masks everywhere. And we still got it, and we all still have symptoms. So that's horrifying, so I hope everyone's staying safe. This is actually only my 2nd day of quarantine, and I feel like shit. So what better time to film a little sit-down book video? Look at these babies I got for you guys. Look at this. I had the idea for this video quite a while ago, but I knew I had to read quite a few books before filming it, and then by the time that I'm filming this now, I have seen so many YouTubers film this exact video, so whatever, it's fine. Today we are talking about, are the TikTok books worth the hype? And other things. We have 3 actually, the third's not here. 3 books that aren't recommended on TikTok that I will be talking about, but the rest I found on my For You page, and I will be giving you my review on them. Here are my notes. So here is, are the TikTok books actually worth the hype or not? Also, do you guys like my little COVID setup? We've changed it up a bit today. I've put my pillows against the wall, got my blanket. I don't even have to get out of bed to film the video. It's perfect. Okay. Let's begin. Starting off with a book I'm pretty sure everyone has heard of this summer. People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. This is one of the highest rated books I have seen on TikTok. She is also the author of Beach Read. Okay, so let's actually do Beach Read first, because that's how I wrote the notes. Sorry. Beach Read by Emily Henry. So Beach Read is about 2 writers who start a little summer fling after the death of the girl writer's father, and she goes to this lake house and they have a little summer shaduba. I rated this book a 6 out of 10. The main reason for giving it kind of a lower score was I could put it down. This is how I rate most of my books. Could I put it down, or could I absolutely not put it down? It's very easy for me to find a book that I cannot put down, and this was pretty easy for me to set aside and continue on with my day until I got to the last 50 pages. Then I was like, alright, we gotta finish this bitch. It's pretty good. The character types are very stereotypical, very stereotypical character tropes. Absolutely nothing wrong with that, just not for me. But I understand how they worked in this sense. I also was just really not attached to the characters for some reason. That is something that's odd for me. Very action-based. Not like an action movie, but we did this, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened, and this happened. Does that make sense? It was written through the action point of view. Books I really love, I tend to gravitate more towards slower written, analytical, what's going on in their brain. This was very chronological, blah, 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 blah. You know? Very this, then this, then this, then this. Of course, that is completely opinion-based. I am not one to say, just because of that, it's a bad book. But by the end of it, I will say I thoroughly enjoyed it. I love that they're both writers. I thought that was super, super cute. It is a great beach read. It really is. I did read it actually on the beach. So yeah, 6 out of 10 for Emily Henry's Beach Read. Now we can go into People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. So both of these books I actually did read on vacation, which I thought was funny and cute. Very on brand of me. And this is a 5 out of 10. I'm sorry. So many people adore this book. It was just not for me. The story was really cute. I think it was a super, super sweet concept. I really felt like they were just book characters instead of real people. For some reason, they were lacking complexity to me, or the complexity of their characters felt super forced. They did not feel like real people. Their flaws and stuff felt very character-esque and oh, I'm not perfect. I have flaws too. Okay. This book would have gotten a 6 out of 10, or maybe even a 6.5 if, oh my god. This is a spoiler, so if you have not read it and you plan on reading it, skip ahead to the next book. The timestamps will be below. What 2 grown-ass adults don't talk for 2 years because they kissed each other? Oh my god. I was waiting the entire book for something really bad to happen in Croatia, right? They're leading up to Croatia. That she's mentioning it. She's not mentioning what happened there. I'm oh my gosh, something bad happened. Maybe cheating, a fight. I'm waiting. And then I get to a point where I'm alright, maybe they slept with each other. So at that point, I was disappointed because I'm thinking, oh my god, are you kidding me? All these 2 people did was sleep with each other and then they didn't talk to each other for 2 years. They're obviously into each other. Are you kidding me? They're 30 at the end of this book. 30! They kissed each other. They made out in Croatia. And it ruined their relationship. Come on. You're gonna write a whole book about the fight of these two adults. You're gonna lead up to it with such suspense. And all they did was make out a little and leave a hickey. Once I got to that point, I was like, I don't even know if I want to finish it. Yeah, so that ruined it for me. Really did. There could have been so many things that happened in Croatia. Like, come on. That's my review on People With Me on Vacation and Beach Read, and I'm losing my voice, I'm sorry. So, I was a little disappointed. Okay, we're going a complete different vibe now. We are going to Where the Crawdads Sing. I very recently saw this recommended on my For You page, and I almost immediately picked it up because it was referred to as the new To Kill a Mockingbird, which I adore. So I was super excited about this, but I also held it to crazy standards, and I'm just gonna put it out there. I was like, there's no way this is the new To Kill a Mockingbird until the last 20 pages, and then I was like, this might be one of my favorite books ever. So if you read this book, you absolutely have to stay till the end. The first half definitely has like school reading book vibes, but holy shit, it gets so good. The ending is by far one of the best I ever read. This book has everything. It has murder. Why can I not remember anything past murder? Growing up, adolescence, sex, poverty, racism, classism.
It also has one of the best love stories I've ever read. Don't know why I didn't mention that.
It's just the story of this girl's life, and it's done beautifully. You really feel like she's a real person. And there's a line between you feel like you're reading a character to you feel like you're reading a real person, and I feel like that line is where, you know, you go from like, here are how great the character is, and then here are the flaws that kind of like keep them back, versus then you feel like you're reading a real person where there's not like an even number of flaws to perfections, and it's not so obviously talked about, and you're just like reading this character and you almost learn for yourself and kind of like through what they do and how they react to things, who they are, versus like literally the book telling you here's how this character is. But it's so good. You really do feel like you're reading this girl's life, and I highly recommend it to anyone. This was not one of TikTok recommended books. I picked this up in a bookstore because I saw it and I thought the cover was cute. Don't do that. Don't judge a book by its cover, because I thought this was cute and I didn't like it. I'm just kidding. That's a very broad review. This is Girls of a Certain Age by Maria Edelman. I missed a key part of the cover when I was looking at this beautiful artwork. It is short stories. I got this in the mood to read a novel. So honestly, it's my fault. That being said, some of the stories were great, some I was like, meh. It was supposed to be a bunch of different characters, and the characters all felt quite repetitive. It says girls of a certain age, but it is girls of all ages. I was like, alright, I feel like I'm reading about the same character all her life. And maybe that was a me problem, because I was reading it like all in one sitting, and I was like still thinking of the last character when I went to the next character, and I was like, oh, I see these similarities. And so maybe. It's hard to judge because I think some people will love it, some people will not like it so much, but it's so many different stories, so it's hard to judge. So that's why I gave it a 5 out of 10, because some I loved, some I hated. I think it's beautiful though, so I am going to set it on my desk because it's fucking pretty and I want people to see it. Alright, this is going to be a quick review. I didn't write anything down for it because I read it so long ago. They Both Die in the End by Adam Silvera. I really did not like this book. The same thing I was talking about that bothered me with Emily Henry's books, the this happened, and this happened, and this happened, and this happened, I felt very much the same about this book. I thought the concept was so cool. Now, obviously, my opinion means absolutely nothing because so many people love this book and this book has such great success, but I just could not get into it. Like, literally, people say this book like ripped them apart. I was feeling absolutely no emotion reading it. But again, my opinion means shit. Like, let's be honest. For me, it wasn't hitting. So, this again is one of those really big booktok books. Everyone, I feel like, found this book from TikTok. This is a New York Times bestseller, as it should be. The reviews are amazing. Winner of the Orange Prize for Fiction, as it should. This is The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. Or Madeline? This is one of my 10 out of 10. I see a lot of people on TikTok and YouTube making their videos of their 10 out of 10 books. If you want one of those videos, let me know down below. I read this book in one sitting. Oh my god. This book will destroy you. This book will also have you thinking about it for days after. How do I explain this? Like, you'll see something and you'll be like, that reminds me of the feeling that that book gave me. Why am I so bad at explaining things? It's so fucking beautiful. I was so attached to their world and who they were. The feeling I got when I read it. I was addicted to the feeling I had when I read this and the imagery that the author wrote that I was able to, you know, see in my head. So obviously, you know, she used great imagery is what I'm trying to say. It is about Achilles and, well, no, actually, no. It's about Patroclus. And it is Achilles through Patroclus's eyes. It's about Patroclus, but then it's about his love story with Achilles. But then it's also about Achilles' legacy, but it's also about Patroclus's legacy. And it's just beautiful. It's funny, I saw a TikTok before I got it saying it was definitely not worth the hype, and I was like, oh, maybe I won't get it. And I was walking out of the bookstore and there was only one copy left right on the table, like when you get in line, and I was like, fuck it, I'll get it. I'm so glad I did. But that just goes to show you, you know, like, you should never really listen to anyone's opinion on a book unless it's like a very well-known opinion and everyone has that opinion. Probably don't listen to it, because someone told me not to get this book and I got it and it was my favorite, and everyone told me to get this book and I got it and it was didn't do it for me, you know? So never listen to people's opinions, but also still watch this video because I need views. We have come to the final book that I will be reviewing today. This was not a TikTok recommended book. This is actually a book that I took from my grandmother. It is actually a trilogy. The third is not out yet. I believe the third doesn't come out for another like 2 years, which kills me. But this is the first. This is what got me hooked. This is The Lost Queen. This has also become one of my favorites, and I mean, she's a hefty one, so she took up a lot of time, I'll be honest. I put this book down a lot, but in a different way than like I didn't like it. It's like there's so much information and so much going on that you really can't read it, at least the first half. You cannot read it for an extensive period of time without being like, all right, like that's enough for today. Because like, I mean, by the time you're at the end, it's like you literally can't put it down. You become so attached to these characters. Like, I want nothing more than to just run and give Langorith a hug all the time. You literally go through life with them. The book starts when these two children who the book is about are very young. They're like 5, I think, and it ends when the Lost Queen, is 32. It is also pretty much a true story. So I highly recommend reading like the author's notes, and it has like a map of everything at the beginning and a character list, like the people and how to pronounce their names. It's so good. It is so good. Let me just read you the back. Okay. Introducing Langorith, a forgotten queen of the 6th century Scotland and sister of the man who inspired the legend of Merlin. In a land of mountains and mist, tradition and superstition, Langorith and her twin brother Lailoken are raised in the old way of their ancestors. But the rise of a new religion, Christianity, heralds an era of disruption, bloodshed, and riot. When conflict brings the hero Emrys Pendragon to her family's door, Langorith finds love with one of his warriors. Her deep connection to... I still can't pronounce his name, but I literally pronounce it in my head. Her deep connection to mcgwen is forged by enchantment, but she is promised in a marriage to the son of a Christian king. Intensely absorbing from the first page to the last, The Lost Queen will take you to a distant time, rescuing a passionate and brave woman from obscurity and reclaiming her place in one of the most enduring legends of all time. It's perfect for fall, might I add, and also I like that it's kind of long. It gives you something like to get attached to for a while, to like be in a phase, and it has a sequel and a triple. A third is coming out soon. It's just a very well written book, incredibly well executed, especially considering the fact that it is pulled from true stories. All right, that brings me, 10:57, I've been doing this for an hour? That brings me to the end of my book review for TikTok books. Are they worth the hype? Did they pass the test? Oh, I had an exciting announcement. If you were like me and you love reading like this and you love talking about books, I actually am part of an app called Morning Club, and I am starting a book club on there, and it is going to be live, and it is going to give me a chance to talk to you guys about your favorite books and my favorite books and all that stuff. So if you would like to sign up for my book club and for Morning Club, and you would like to like have live sessions with me and talk about books and organization and stuff like that, I'm gonna leave the link down below. Once you get into the app, you'll be able to see my book club thing. you will just click on that, click count me in, and then you will be in. Feel free for this first one to bring along your favorite books that you have been reading recently. We're gonna talk about them. I would love if you guys would join me for that. Anyway, it's gonna be fun, so we're gonna start a little book club on there. I think I'm gonna do it monthly. I do a lot of other stuff on Morning Club too if you just want to sign up for Morning Club in general. All my socials are linked down below if you want to follow me. I've been having so much fun recently. I feel like I've been meeting so many fun new people through the internet, through videos like this, and through Morning Club. So me getting to the point, Gwen, please hurry up. Go follow my socials so we can be friends. I don't know what my next video is gonna be because I don't have a camera, and also I have COVID, so I'm really not in the mood to do anything except for sit here and talk about books. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked my reviews on these books, and I will see you soon with another video. Goodbye. Oh my gosh, I need some Tylenol immediately.